Hey guys, it is Jess. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build. So today I am doing another apartment. Actually, see, I'm kind of doing some, not pre-recording, but I built a whole lot of apartments. So while I say another apartment, this is probably the first apartment I'm going to upload and therefore the first one that you're going to see. So for you guys, it's not another apartment, it's just the apartment. And that's a very minor detail that I'm sure no one really cares about, but I had to mention it anyway because I am me. So let's just like move forward from this awkwardness and get into what my point is, which is this apartment is for my current save. And I say this a lot, like every second speed build I'm like, this is for my current save, and then the next one, this is for my current save. And I realized I should clarify why this happens, because otherwise you're just gonna think that I am like, I don't know what you'd think, but for me it would be weird if like a YouTuber's like, it's my current save, and like, you know, they've said that like 20 times in the last month. So basically I have this thing where I cannot stick to one family in The Sims. I don't know what it is, and like looking back, I feel like I've always been like this. I don't think I've ever gotten past like the 5th generation. What I will do is, this is like my perfect pattern, create a family, like I get quite attached to the family, not all the time, but sometimes. So like I'll create a family, I'll build their house, and then depending on how like into this family I am, I might even then go and create like all the family's friends, or like if it's just like a single sim, I'll go and create like her future husband and like her 2 best friends, and then I go and like furnish all of their homes. So it takes me like a week to set up this family, right? And then I play it for like 2 days. Like I get longer than that sometimes, it just depends. But anywhere from like 2 days to like a couple of weeks, I will play with this family. And then I'm like, nah, I'm sick of it. And then start again. And then like the whole process goes all over again. So I'm like constantly making stuff for a current save, then deciding, oh no, actually I've changed my mind, I want to do something different for my current save, and then deleting the entire family and starting again. And I don't know really why I do it. So I've actually set a goal for myself this time. I am going to get this family, this current save, this legacy, whatever you want to call it, this is getting to generation 10, hands down. Because I think what I do is I start off and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do Pinstar's Legacy Challenge, which is like the original kind of legacy challenge. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then after about like a few generations, I'm like, oh, this is really hard. Like, I want to do something else. And instead of just like doing something else with that family, I delete the family, or I'll get, I don't know why I do it, or I'll be like, you know, oh, I'm going to do a family, and I like make all my goals for this particular family, and then when I change my mind, I want to do something different. Instead of just doing something different with that family, I feel the need to start a new family. So I've decided that I'm going to just stick to this family, and I want to have like some goals in the game, because for me it's like more fun to play when you have like a story or some goals. So I think that with it, I'm not going to put like a time limit. Like if I don't do it in 10 generations, that's fine. But my goal for this family is to have completed all of the what are they called? Aspirations. I want to complete all the aspirations, and I want my sim to reach level, like at least level 3 or 5 in every single job. So I think that that's like, yeah, like a good little, I don't know, that's like a good little thing for me. So, and I also want to complete all of the collections. So each generation this time, I'm just going to do what I feel like. So, you know, like the starting generation, I'm like really into like the culinary career. So then if I change my mind, I'm like, no, I want to be more artistic. Then I'm going to make that sim have a kid, and then that kid can be artistic. So wish me luck, guys. I might even like, oh, sorry, hang on, there's a mosquito. Ooh, I'm like so sensitive to mosquito bites. I get these like giant welts, and they're like an absolute nightmare. So I'm just like having this little like panic trying to like swat this thing away. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh dear. I'm doing this voiceover at like 12 o'clock at night. I finished night shift this morning. I've had no sleep. I'm tired, and I'm cooking myself pasta because I am hungry. So we're talking about my legacy challenge. Yes, I'm gonna like, I think I might post about it. I think that that'll also like keep me from like getting rid of it, because I'll be like, no, I have to stick with it. And the thing is, I really want to stick with it because I fall in love with my Sims. Like, I adore my Sims, and then I just delete them. The last maybe 2 families ago, I got she had a baby. Like, that's as far as I got. I didn't even get into the 2nd generation, but I was like so into that save, and they had a wedding, and it was the first time I'd ever actually learned how to use Pose Player. And oh my god, I took so many, like, I had like legit like professional Sims wedding photos of these Sims because I was like so just obsessed with them. And then I was like, actually, on second thoughts, no, I don't want to do this anymore. It was actually when Pets came out, and my goal for that generation was I wanted her to have like the vet career, and I was like, no, I've had enough of the vet career. Oh, you know what? I'll just start a new save. And like, I'm like face palming. Like, I don't know why I do this, but as I said, guys, I'm gonna stop. Like, I'm committing. I don't know what I can do to make the commitment committee, but you know, I'm committing to it. So all I can say is wish me luck. So I could actually probably talk a little bit about the build. That might be nice. So this build, and I can't remember if I said it at the start, it's an apartment build, and I can't remember what apartment it fits into, but I have popped that in the description for the like the gallery upload thing. So if you want to download this, just look for Rustic Residence. I love that name. It's like very creative for me. Not creative for most people, but it is for me. Yeah, so just look up Rustic Residence. It will be a room because you can only like upload apartments as rooms, and then you have to like put the doors back in, if that makes sense. So when it's uploaded to the gallery, it'll be a room, and then you pop it into the apartment, and then you put the doors all back in. So yeah, if you want to download it, you'll just have to look up like Rustic Residence on my Origin gallery thing, which is linked down below, or like said down below. You know, you get it. Yeah, and I'll put in the description what apartment this fits into, but it's the one where I can't even think of their names, but a family used to live here. Isn't that really descriptive? It's the family that lived here. It's their apartment. I think it's like 2 adults and a kid, and look, I can't be bothered trying to remember because I'm just making a little bit of a, you know, ramshackle of myself. But I really, really like how this apartment turned out, and I totally changed like the floor plan and everything. And it ended up being a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, actually I'd say 2.5 bathrooms. There's an ensuite, a bathroom, and then there's like a toilet, just like a single toilet with a laundry. Yeah, so it's like 2.5 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms, a study, and then like a kitchen, lounge room, dining area. Yeah, and then the person that is living in this is my main Sim's friend. So my main Sim has just moved into an apartment in another place, and there'll be a speed build of the apartment that she lives in as well. Yeah, so she's moving into that apartment, and then she's going to have like these 2 friends, and then one of the friends lives here, and then the other friend is like her next door neighbor, and I just have like this whole storyline. Does anyone else do that? Just make these really ridiculous, not ridiculous, but just make these crazy storylines for Sims? I feel weird doing it, but at the same time, like, I'm hoping that other people do it. So even though, like, it's weird, it's okay to be weird because we're weird together. We're not weird alone. And somehow that makes me feel better. I don't know. But I think the weirdest thing that I ever did on The Sims as far as, like, a storyline goes was I was doing a legacy challenge and I was really following the rules. So I ended up with this, like, insane, really weird trait, Sim. Like, he was, like, insane. I think he was an insane genius, and then some other random trait. I don't know. Like, traits that personally I don't know. I don't do the insane trait. And it was really funny because he'd just, like, sit there at the breakfast table eating to himself all the time. So then he ended up going to, I can't remember what it's called, but the vacation spot at wherever. And he ended up impregnating the hermit that lives there. And then the hermit moved in. And then the hermit ended up being insane as well. And I was like, nah, actually, I don't really want the hermit to be his wife anymore. So then, while the hermit was still living there and pregnant. Then he got this other girlfriend, and then I got her pregnant. And then the hermit and this other girlfriend were both pregnant at the same time, both living in the house. And then while all this was going on, they would have this maid come over, and then he was also impregnating the maid. So he basically had like 2 baby mamas pregnant together, plus a pregnant maid, and it was just like a hot mess. And I was like, what am I doing with my life? And I was like loving it. It was like the most dramatic thing ever. And then all of a sudden I was like playing, and I just like stopped, and I was like, girl, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. And then I deleted that family and started again. I feel like I had good reason to delete the family that time, because that was like a really wild ride. But do you know what would be fun, guys? Comment down below, like, what's just the weirdest thing that you have done in The Sims? Personally, I've never like locked everybody in a room and killed them. I have never gone down that path. Weirdest thing, yeah, that I've done is just have like multiple baby mamas all on the same lot. Oh, and then the maid got eaten by a cow plant because I decided I didn't like her either. So that's the weirdest thing I've done, guys. Let me know what the weirdest thing that you have done is. And yeah, sorry, I feel like there's voiceovers all over the place, but I guess they usually always are. So, oh, excuse me. My. What is new? So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope to catch you all in another video, and I hope that my next voiceover can be less of a mess. Yay! Okay, guys, bye!